Welcome to Review by Djsprc. And today we have the MST RMX 2.5 Classic Rear-Wheel Drive Drift Kit. Not a kit anymore, it's fully built. This is the vehicle to my YouTube partner, JF. We decided this year we're going to have fun with drifters. We've been drifting in the past with all-wheel drives. And we said to both of each other, let's try rear-wheel drive. Supposedly it's a completely different ball game. Super fun. And we said, why not? And he decided to go with the MST RMX 2.5 Classic chassis. And we didn't feel like building it because it would have been a long video, and if you follow the instructions, you should not have any issues. He did too, follow, and never had issues. Now he has a Challenger body on it, Hellcat, that he got through AliExpress. Body's nice, painted orange with a back a white. It does come with the Hellcat, a little bit better to see it. Logo on the side. It's only on one side. We don't understand why, because there's none on that side here. But whatever. It's a nice body. If you're looking for bodies, AliExpress, they do have some bodies out there. Now, looking at the vehicle itself, it's proven machine. Not hard to build. And this kit offers you two options. Low motor or high motor. Now, in this vehicle, body-wise, should I say, you could have went the high motor. No issues. There's room to fit it right here. But let's say you decide to go for a pickup truck or another vehicle that doesn't have this height here, you'll need to use low. A lot of people will say you want a high motor to give more weight to your back wheels, because this is where you get your traction. Because the motor right now it's here, a high motor would be here. It's not that much further in the back. Will it really make a difference? Hard to say. If you talk to somebody that's been drifting for a while, he'll say probably yes. For a couple of noobs like us, we don't see a difference. The kit's 100% plastic, A to Z. Chassis plastic. It does not come with a front foam bumper. A lot of guys don't run them. Adjustable body post. That's nice. And in this one here, he went with the quick run 6.5 turn. Now, this is a fast motor. They do recommend to go at 10.5. He had this one as a spare 6.5. He went with that. And he decided to go with the Quick Run 10BL120 censored. I think it's the V2, G2 or something, or GS. Now, Hobbywing does have a speed control for drifting. Here in Canada, it's around, I would say close to 300. It's not 350. Expensive. Galore. But believe it or not, the Quick Run 110BL 120 does everything that speed control does. Firmware update to it, and every programming you can do, it's doable with that guy. That's one of the reasons he went with this, and this is like, I think $120, 130. I don't remember 100% the price. And it does the same thing. Okay, Difference is it's not an aluminum case. It's a plastic around it. So what? You're gonna spend a couple $1,000 at the end of the day. Ain't worth it. And with the servo, he went with an OMG Blazer. It's still a fast servo, and you want a fasty servo to be able to turn left and right. You don't need a ton of torque. I think the Blazer might be around 18 kg, give or take. But like I said, the only down point of this machine is they call it a Classic for a reason. Nothing's adjustable. Your camber, your toe angle, everything is preset stock. Now, let's say you wanted to change that. There is a kit. MST does offer a kit for it that you can be able to adjust this and adjust your steering and even your back too, to be able to give you some angle. Now, if you look, the wheel, instead of being straight, they're towed out. That's the way you want it. Now, some people will say, no, you don't want that. Some other, again, I'm no expert here. I'm doing a little bit of my own research, and everything I'm hearing, yes, you want your wheels to be, I call it cockeyed, because when you're turning, one of your wheels will be flat while you're doing it, and the other one will be rubbing on just on the side. I may not be the best person to explain this. There's other people out there who will explain it a lot better than me. I'm trying to remember one of the names of the one of the guys on you could go check out. But yeah, definitely, if somebody tells you it is not supposed to be like, yes, it is. Now, if you want somebody to explain you exactly how this is, I would suggest go check Roadside RC on YouTube. Great guy. I do not know him personally, but he takes the time to explain how to set up your vehicle. I don't want to take the chance to show you, set it up this way. It's going to be the perfect drifter. You won't have issues. I'm no expert here. I've been an RC enthusiast for a while now. Other stuff I can tell you what to do, but in drifting, yeah. Especially rear wheel drive, it's brand new for me. Like I was saying, I was drifting all wheel drive, and we're giving some negative camber to have the wheels crooked to get the stance, they say. But if you really want to do it correctly, you need to set up your machine perfectly. I even got a setup station to be able to do it even better. That way every angles are perfect. And you know, let's say you gave -3 in front, you want both sides to be perfect on it. But like I was saying, Roadside RC will show you that. I'll try the thing to put a link in the description here on the bottom to his YouTube channel. If you want to go check it out, he has multiple other showing you other stuff too. And I think he has the MST too on doing a review on it. The battery tray is body clips that you remove. You just pop it out and you pop your shorty pack inside. And like I was saying, you want the weight to be the most in the back of the vehicle itself. That's one of the reasons the AC is in the back here, to give you the weight, to be able to give you traction on these wheels here. This is something you need. Now, you could add weight too, but you don't want too much weight. You still want something light. And this machine is light. Right now, it's biased to the back. And the front is pretty much light. Now, like I was saying, the Classic kit, nothing is adjustable. If you want to adjust it, MST does offer a kit, or Yeah Racing does offer it, that I do have here right now. I won't show you how to do it, but it's pretty much self-explained. It's super easy. You build your links, and you're going to replace this piece right here. That's going to be adjustable. Your steering link here will be adjustable too. Rear steering link will be adjustable here, and your steering link here too will be adjustable. In this kit, I don't have the model number. I'll try to find out and put in there. Item number, MRMX004. Is there a number beside it? Set for MST. These are titanium turnbuckles. Like I said, you'll replace this guy on both sides, this guy, and this guy, and this guy here. Now you'll be able to adjust your toe in, toe out, camber, negative, positive. You'll be able to adjust it the way you want. Even your steering link will be adjustable here too. This one is, but again, the classic kit is 100% plastic. Still a great kit if you want to go into dirt cheap and you have electronics at home sitting doing nothing. This is 100% worth it. If not, I would suggest to go with the RTRs. Again, I don't think they're adjustable in the RTRs. You need to go in their premium kit. I think the brushless version might be. I'm just not sure on top of my head. But this is one of the kits we decided to go with. He decided, should I say, go with. And at the moment, he did try it out. He likes it, but he wants to be able to adjust the toes. That's why he went with this kit here that we're going to do on this guy and be able to dial it in perfectly. Like I said, he went with the OMG Blazer, Quick One 6.5, 10BL 120, and gyro. This is something you will need in your drifter. He went with the hack slider from Yeah Racing. The big guy, there's a smaller one too that does exist. And this one, basically, when you have your power in and you're going to start drifting, your wheels will start moving by itself to keep you in the drift. In our four-wheel drive that we were playing with, we didn't have that. Can't wait to see how it's going to be with this guy here. It's going to be a learning curve for both of us, for sure. But what I'm hearing, this will help you a lot. Some will say you're cheating, but it is what it is. Like I said, it is censored motor. There's not much more. Yeah, if you are interested in the drift world, this could be a good substitute to start. And like I said, if you have electronics at home sitting doing nothing, a kit is perfect for you because you're saving money on it. I think this kit was what, I'll say $210 Canadian. And in the States, it'll probably be a lot cheaper than that. It does have steel gears in the transmission. There are 3 gears. In the diff, they offer you 2 types of diff in this kit. An open diff or a lock diff. He went with this one, a lock diff. That way you can't turn both wheel turns at the same time. Some people will say do an open diff. Basically, this one can go forward, this one can go backwards. He decided to go lock diff. That's pretty much what everybody does. Some will do differently for sure. The shocks on this guy too, I forgot to mention, are plastic, but 100% adjustable. If you're looking for, like I said, for a kit that is basic, you have your own electronics, or worst case, you don't have your own electronics and you want to be able to build it A to Z, this is a perfect kit. The RMX 2.5 Classic rear-wheel drive, choice of upper motor or lower motor from MST, the 2.5. Now, if you guys have any questions or comment, post them below. I'll be gladly to answer you guys. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I do appreciate it. It helps the channel a lot. And thank you for watching.